Ah, my pigeons. I am so... No viewers, please. My pigeons. I am so fucking tired of this certain phenomenon which has become a pattern in my stream and my DMs where I will get a paragraph, or even sometimes, yeah, never getting above 10k followers, you fuck. I will get a paragraph, or even if I'm lucky, sometimes if I'm really lucky, even a whole fucking essay of someone complaining about how they just don't like my personality and this weird, like, just vague complaint. I don't know. Maybe don't be such a fuckface. I'm going to continue being a fuckface. So I really need to give this PSA. We're gonna have a new policy here. Anytime I get some weird fucking paragraph or essay or whatever about how you just don't like my personality and just don't vibe with it, especially Arya, hold your motherfucking questions till the end of this. Al, cut that part out of the YouTube video. Thank you. Let's dig into, okay, Arya, we'll dig into the truth behind it after, okay? Just let me say what I'm fucking trying to say. Oh, anyway, yeah, so especially like the people that motherfucking come in my DMs and give me like a weird, vague, complainy rant about how you don't like my personality or the way I act on my stream and something, especially if you don't give any example, especially if I've never done anything to you, or you can't even point out a specific thing that I've done that makes you upset. And I understand the whole thing. It's like, oh, what? You expect me to watch every single one of your VODs and have a clip for everything? Like, no, I don't even mean that. I mean, just like literally tell me. Like, just literally tell me, like, Evan, it made me upset that you did this. Like, if you can't so much as do that, and you're gonna give me like multiple paragraphs about just like, you don't make me, I feel icky or something. I don't need it. I don't need it, and I don't care. And the new policy is that every time this happens, I'm just gonna show it on stream and say how stupid I think it is in an effort to deter people from this. Cause it's annoying as fuck. And this has happened to me like 4 times to me already. And I kind of wish that I just gave it this policy the first time that I did it. Because unfortunately, the person that I'm gonna make an example of isn't even like the worst example. Like Al did this shit to me like a year ago, where he sent me like a literal essay, like longer, more words than I've ever written for a paper, about like how the vibes just don't feel right or whatever, and like, oh well, oh god, you're always like 10 levels of sarcasm. I don't know. I mean, I remember Al had some genuine like complaint, like he actually did give some concrete sort of explanations at the time, but he also just had a bunch of fucking fuzz, man. He also just had a bunch of fucking fuzz. And it's annoying, man. It's annoying. But also, oh man. And it's just not the only time. Or Hobie's done the same thing too, like a year ago. Like this classic thing, like, oh man, this Evan guy just doesn't feel wholesome. I can't point my finger at anything. I can't point my finger at something that you've done wrong to harm anyone, but I don't know, man. Something just feels wrong. It's gonna, it's just, none of this. None of this. Al's done this to me. I didn't leak the DM. Although when Al did it, I kind of did like vaguely whine about it like a bitch, which I regret. Yeah, I should have just showed the DMs if I thought it was that fucked up. And then same thing with Hobie. I whine about it like vaguely for like weeks instead of just showing it's just. And then I don't know, or like Blossom and Hobie like pulling me into a call like a year ago and like doing this shit. Like they even did like in a call one time for like an hour, just like talking about this, like, oh, I miss the wholesome Evan, like on the verge of tears and shit. I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit. It's a waste of my time. An intervention is literally an intervention, but that's not even the like. Oh man. Because I would respond so much better to it. Like, imagine, like, option A. Option A. Here, so, Zimic sends me a message. He says, Evan, I think it's messed up when you do thing X. Because why? Or like, Evan, you just... Or here, Zemek. I just get these... I just get the ick when I have your stream open. EvanMMO. I just miss wholesome Enort. You're just a toxic branch on the tree of my life. Like, there's like two options. I miss retro MMO. Sure. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this one. Holy shit. And then this one too. And then I'll even give you a third example. I'll even give you a third example that's a little bit in between. Okay, Zemek, I'd show your DMs on screen, but the stuff we were talking about Cloud Sprout is a little bit... Oh, here we go. Thank you for your input, Zemek. I'll even give another example to get even more specific. Let's go like a little bit halfway in between in a way that still rubs me the wrong way. Like, let's say that you did a little bit better, like a little bit better than this one. You say like, well, oh jeez, I can't even give one because it never happens, right? It never happens. I only get, or wait, I didn't even draw the arrow from the right place. Fuck. Because this is the only one that ever happens. Is this one. But I guess imagine I did some sort of thing that rubbed you, like, let's say, or like, here's an example for some shit that like really got on like a couple of certain people's nerves like a year ago. Like, Evan, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way how you open Nick Wan's stream on your stream and make these sarcastic comments about him or whatever. Just kind of awkward and hypocritical. Like, you're cringed too, Evan. So for you to laugh at other people being silly on their stream, like, even this really kind of bothers me a bit too. It's like, at least you're articulating something here, but like also it just still kind of feels like nothing. It's like, well, are you suggesting that what I did was unfair to Nick? Or are you suggesting that what I did was unfair to the viewer? Or are you just complaining about how you don't like my stream? Because I guess at the end of the day, part of it is like, I just don't understand. If it's down to something like this, where the way that I act on my stream just kind of like rubs you the wrong way, why is that even a fucking like something to like freak out on me personally about? I don't know. Because I think about like, if I was watching, I don't know, if I'm watching Gavin's stream and he's streaming like talking about how this middle-aged woman is so hot or something, and I think that's kind of cringe and annoying, I'm probably just gonna close his stream and just tune in next time. Or if I tune in next time and he's doing that every time, maybe I just won't watch. But I'm probably not even gonna, I'm not gonna feel like he's like wronged me. Or if I truly felt like he was being misogynist or like harmful or something, I'd just like articulate that clearly. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like that's not what I get. I feel like that's not what I get. And I feel like I very consistently just get this one. I don't even get the good middle ground. Maybe I got from Al, maybe I got some of the middle ground, or, you know, I guess like it's a mixed bag. I get like some of this, I get like half this and like half this sometimes. This shit triggers the fuck out of me. And anyway, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm serious. Just like, if there's anyone that ever has a problem to me to the point where you would say that you don't like me or view me as a bad person or something like that, but you're not, yeah, but you're not gonna make an effort to like be articulate whatsoever, or just even, I don't know. The problem is, I mean, I guess the part of the impasse is just like, I think it's weird as fuck to get so bothered in the first place, but I mean, that's not really worth talking about, whatever. Anyway, anybody who ever does, hopefully I've articulated the examples enough that it's like, people get what I'm talking about. Yeah, someone does this shit on the left to me, this option on the left, maybe I'll disagree with you, maybe I'll be annoyed, but I'm not gonna like, I don't know, I'm not gonna be this triggered about it. But anyway, I'm triggered as fuck right now, because now I've had like 4 people do this shit to me, and yeah, anyway, new policy. I'm just gonna rant about it and bitch about it and show the whole thing on stream anytime someone does that shit to me, because I think it's cringe and I don't like it, and I don't want people to do that shit. So new policy enacted, and I'm gonna give you the example of how this happened to me recently. Yeah, sorry Yellowberry, you probably hate this if you ever become aware of this, which I feel like I'm probably gonna get clipped and someone's gonna bother you about this. I don't really want anybody to bother Yellowberry. I don't want... He can just go his own way, and I never speak to him ever again, and I wish that no one would bother. Although, realistically, I don't think I have a toxic community that would ever harass someone because of me complaining about them. I think what's a lot more likely is that one of his friends is watching and is going to clip me and send it to him, and he's going to be like, what the fuck, Evan's super disrespectful for sharing this. But I think it's super disrespectful and out of line to treat people this way. So I'm just going to make the example. Sorry that you have to be the example. Anybody else that ever does, you know, you've been warned now. Anybody else? I noticed Yellowberry's been a friend of mine for like 3 years. He was probably one of my better friends on the internet. I don't know. I mean, no, we weren't super close, but I respected him a lot. But yeah, anyway, I noticed recently he removed me on everything. Like removed me on Discord and Twitter and Twitch and everything, and I noticed that, yeah, he deleted me and like none of our mutual friends, and like didn't leave any mutual servers and stuff. So I figured that he's probably upset with me. I figured I probably did something specifically to bother him. And now I'll just go through everything step by step. And I'll just read all the messages one by one in order. I won't skip any messages, and then I'll give my thoughts after. And I'm a little bit cringe in this conversation too, to be honest. So I mean, if you think I'm cringe for this, I was being kind of petty and dramatic a little bit, but anyway, after I noticed that he removed me on everything, I sent him a message. I said, something wrong? Question mark. And then he didn't reply after a couple days. So I went into his Twitch chat a couple days later. He was just like streaming, doing whatever, and I was like, hey, did I do something to piss you off? And then he just like ignored the message, like very obviously on purpose. There's nobody in chat, you just ignore my message. And then I said, and I was just like, welp. I just said welp. And yeah, I was pretty much just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, he ADAM'd me. I was just gonna leave it at that. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna spam his. I already DM'd him once on Discord. He ignored me. I DM'd him in his, or I sent a message in his chat. He ignored me. So there's really nothing more I could do at that point. But then he messaged me on Discord and said, "We'll talk after stream." So I said, "Alrighty." And then I got this bad boy right here. Maybe a bit late the next day or something. I don't know. I apologize about the delay. I needed some time to collect my thoughts. For quite a while now, every time I watch one of your streams, I am overwhelmed by an aura of negativity. I realized today that I should not continue to allow myself to feel this way, as I believe it's one of many, many contributing factors to my declining mental health. I believe that this marks the end of my chapter in your journey. I wish you the best as a creator, and I hope that you continue to grow and prosper in whatever your future endeavors may be. Thank you for all the support you provided me, getting me through the hardest time in my life thus far. I'm sorry that it's come to this. Thank you for being a good friend, Evan. Good luck on your MMO. Which is a very polite message.
I need the tea.
Anyway, it's a very polite message. But yeah, fucking breakup text. It is a breakup text. And I don't know how much of his kindness here was, you know, genuine or whatever. But dude, I'm so tired. And I feel kind of bad for Yellow, because honestly, this is, you know, and we're not done yet. Oh, yeah, why am I commenting on this? We're not even done yet. Fuck me. Anyway, okay, so yeah, this rubbed me, we'll circle back. Anyway, this rubbed me the wrong way. I was gonna say I feel kind of bad, because, like, this whole situation isn't nearly as disrespectful as some of the similar situations in the past. But now that it's become a pattern where this has happened, like, 4 times, I just can't go on anymore. I don't want to see this happen a 5th time. I'm so fucking tired of this. If this happens a 5th time, I want the person to know damn well that this is, I'm not chill with this. Because it's like, after a certain point, you can't just let people do the same shit to you over and over and act like it's fine. Because it's not fine. This is fucking weird. So here's my reply to this message. I was a bit salty. I was a bit salty and a bit petty. So think I'm cringe if you must. I said, wow, imagine ghosting a friend of 3 years because you don't feel like watching their stream anymore. Glad you think I was a good friend, but I can't say the same about you. Oof. Perhaps this is the slightest bit of, like, intentionally obtuse, because it's like, yes, while he does make it sound like my stream just gives a general aura of negativity and that's why he's deleting me, and that's what I'm sort of acknowledging here. It's like, obviously there's more to it than that. Obviously he fucking hates me as a person or something, and that could have been assumed. So, okay, I guess my message was a little bit petty. I don't know. I don't really feel that bad about it, though. I don't really feel bad about it at all, to be honest. I blocked him after sending this message. It's important. It's hard for me to show you the messages in the right way. So he's edited his message, which is why it's difficult for me to find this. I'm trying to give you the context in the proper order, because if I just showed my Discord on my screen, it'd be more confusing. Okay, yeah. Then he dropped the addendum. Here's the addendum. So he edited the same message like the next day or something. He says, addendum because you blocked me. Because I blocked him after I sent this message. And maybe it's a little bit petty that I blocked him right after I sent this too. Because obviously there's more to his critique than just an aura of negativity. But honestly, I feel like it's not my obligation to, like, convince him to give... It's like, you took the time to give me this vague paragraph. I feel like I don't really need to... It's not my job to coax your reasoning out of you. I don't know. It's like, why did you waste this time typing this whole paragraph instead of just saying, hey, Evan, this is what you did that rubbed me the wrong way? I don't know. I guess he doesn't have... The answer is either he didn't want to or he doesn't have a concrete reason. I don't know. Addendum because you blocked me. I do not like the person you are becoming, and I am not going to allow myself to stand idly by watching it happen. I do hope you figure your shit out, man. Like, Jesus, bro. I have a negative aura? Figure my shit out? What, do you think I have fucking mental problems or something? Like, goddamn, bro. It's really a shame to have watched you change so much in a matter of only a few years. Antagonizing and attacking the people around you isn't going to get you where you want to be. I don't know what he means by that. I guess maybe he's... Yeah, I don't know. But again, it's like too little too late, man. Like, I'm not going to unblock you to ask you for further information after you already, like, yapped 2 paragraphs worth at me. I don't know. Antagonizing and attacking people around you isn't going to get you where you want to be. Okay, good. Thanks for the advice. Your behavior is the antithesis of what I stand for in life, so I must remove it. You wouldn't want to keep a rotting limb attached to your body, would you? It's like, I don't need the analogy, dog. Just tell me what I, like... I'm sorry, man. If you're willing to, like, take the time, like, eloquently writing out these analogies, but you can't just, like, come at, like... Oh. I said I was gonna wait till the end to get into all of it, but I guess this is a pretty good flow for it. Anyway, we don't need another blue pin in the world. Do better. Like, oh, man. Good God. When I was reading this message, I was like, I was a little bit soul crushed. I was like, holy shit, this is serious shit. But then when I saw that we don't need another blue pin in the world, it like pulled me down to reality. It's like, It felt lighthearted again, because it's like, bro, are we living in a simulation? We don't need another blueprint in the world. Do better. That's so fun. And the reason this is so funny, and it's actually really funny because I don't think, yeah, it's funny that Cullen says Lamau. I don't believe this is satire, because I don't think that Yellow realizes that I've already been through this like 4 times. I don't think he realizes that I've had like 3 or 4 people have a falling out with me and like handle it the exact same way as him, and also compare me to Bluepin. Because like when Hobie was so fucking annoyed with me and like pulling me in calls to like lecture me about my personality, he was seething about Bluepin. That was like the peak of like the Hobie Bluepin argument bullshit. Oh my god. So to see this, just the icing on the cake. And I understand that goes back to Arya's comment. Like, it's not a coincidence, right? Obviously, it's not a coincidence that multiple people are giving me this feedback in a similar manner. And it's funny because I don't think that Yellowberry talked to Hobie or Al or these people. I do think it's, you know, like, I do think they reached the same conclusion using the same process. Not coincidentally, right? Like, it's not a fluke. But I think it's so funny that the exact same thing is happening now a year later. And the reason why is because Yellowberry is just less tuned in. Like the shit that made people stop liking me a year and a half ago, like, it would have made, like, Yellowberry, if he was more active a year and a half ago, this probably would have happened a year and a half ago. So it's so funny that it's happening now, like, super delayed. And there's one more piece to this. Because then when I checked my DMs with him again today, he added another addendum to his message, and he's probably gonna fucking edit it again right now. Oh god. Or maybe not. And then we have this big guy to top it all off. I'm not gonna keep checking my DMs every day to see if Yellowberry's replied again. After a certain point, you're just gonna have to send me an email or something. I don't know. I mean, and I don't know, man. Like, if he had genuinely wanted to have a conversation, I guess I wouldn't have blocked him. But it's like, you can't start showing hints of wanting to, like, actually call me out on concrete things after you already gave me 2 paragraphs. Ugh. Anyway, also, what kind of fucking childish behavior is it to show up on my stream and try to goad me into an answer on stream? Fuck you in particular for that shit. Okay, Lufin's gotta chill in the Discord. That's just not something you do. He ignored my Discord message, and I went into his chat and I said, did I do something to piss you off? I mean, I just feel like this is a really, like, this is a really gross exaggeration of the, or not even exaggeration, it's just like, he's trying to make it sound like I was, like, really harassing him or, like, pressuring him into talking to me when he didn't want to. I sent him 1 Discord DM, I sent him 1 Twitch chat message, and then I said whelp. If he had never messaged me again after that, it'd be the end of it. Like, you think I would have just spammed him? Like, no. And you have no reason to believe that. I don't know. There's no reason to phrase it that way. Anyway, that's that whole situation. I'm so fucking tired of this happening. It's so cringe to me. It's happened 4-ish times now, and I just, yeah, that's the warning, I guess. There's PSA. This kind of feels like it should be private. Yeah, it does kind of feel that way, huh? But I can't take it anymore, right? Like, I keep letting it be private. Every time someone does this, I keep letting it be private, and then another viewer / friend does it to me again, and I'm over it. I need to set, even if I'm taking it, maybe I'm taking it too far this time. Like, he should have had maybe Yellowberry should have had a reasonable expectation of privacy with those messages in this case. But, like, I guess I'd rather just be the asshole in this situation. I'd rather just be the asshole in this situation to save myself from having to be in this scenario again in the future. Or at least if it happens again in the future, you fucking know what you're getting into, right? I don't know. Or if you have a, like, gee, because it's not like this is the 4th time I've ever gotten criticism in my life. It's not this is the 4th time that I've ever hurt somebody's feelings in my life. There's been plenty of times where I, like, upset someone and I just apologize to them in the DMs because they didn't do some, like, weird, vague, like, snake shit. I don't know. Or I don't even, maybe it's a bit unfair to say, to call this snake shit, but I don't need these like weird, vague, whiny rants about you just don't vibe with my personality. I don't. I really don't. When I say, when I say, oh, is something wrong? Did I do something to upset you? That's not an invitation to just sort of, yeah. I mean, I'm talking in circles here. It's just, there's a difference. There's a difference. And I feel like anybody who's like fairly socially aware should be able to see the difference. And then maybe those same people, maybe the same people that are socially aware to see the difference also think I'm being cringe for spending so much time on stupid like petty drama that doesn't even need to be public. But I'm just fed up. I'm fed up, man. Can't take it no more. So I guess my question would be, how did you want him to respond? I mean, I would just want him to say, here's a thing that you did that upset me. Here's an, not necessarily, and I get it, no, not necessarily link me a clip, not necessarily link me a fucking screenshot, just like, hey, here's like literally any concrete details about like, this is why you've upset me. That's all. Because what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do? And I don't know if this is the case for Yellowberry, or I don't know if this is the case for someone, or Hobie, or Owl, or whoever else has done shit like this to me in the past. But when someone is so vague, it makes me wonder, are they intentionally being vague because they want me to wonder what I did wrong? Do they want me to just question the entire validity of my personality? Or are they actually like good faith, hoping to address some sort of concern? And I feel like sometimes it's the former. I feel like what it is it's like, and or like or I guess let's dive in a little bit to what Arya said, because it is true, or what or he didn't even say it. I guess not. He posed a question. He didn't say a thing, but obviously it's not a coincidence. The reason that I've had multiple people do this shit to me in the last year and a half is because my personality did significantly change. Towards the end of 2022, when I got out of my relationship with my ex, I changed a lot. I changed a lot. I mean, and some of those things are things that could be viewed as negative, like being more confrontational, or being more sarcastic, or being more edgy. But I think that it's very weird. I think it's very weird and uncool to bring up a neutral personality change as a criticism. I feel like it's very weird to vaguely pose. I think what happens is people get salty because they no longer mesh with my personality, and they have to like do this weird like vague skirting the line thing in the way that will make me feel weird about it without actually having to give me any substance to their messages, and it really bothers me. And I also understand the concept of like, well, I could just block these people from the get-go. Maybe instead of saying, oh, did I piss you off or something, maybe just let everybody that removes me be forgotten about. But you know what? It's fucking sad when you have a friend for years and they just ghost you, right? Like I just don't think it's weird. If you have a friend for years that like means a lot to you, and you ask them, did I do something wrong to you? Or did I like do something to upset you, or did I piss you off? I feel like that's perfectly normal. I don't think I'm being weird for that. And then instead of giving me reasoning for like something that I've done to upset them, just like going about it the way that they do, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's being a good friend. I think that's being really shitty person. Or even like, let's say that you can't put your finger on it. Like, let's say, hey man, like, I don't know, something about the stuff that you do makes me feel kind of odd, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Then like, oh god. Then why go so hard on it? Why be so combative about it and go so hard on it if you don't have any like substance to it? And I really just want to reiterate over and over that it's not really like Yellowberry's not even the worst. Like, dude, oh my god. Oh my god, I've just sat in a call with Hobie while he just sits and talks to me about like how something just doesn't feel quite right and it's not wholesome, and it's just talking and it's not, it's fucking cruel to do to someone, man. Like holy shit, holy fuck. If the way that if you have like if you have a friendship with someone for like 3 years or something, and it's gotten to the point where you just feel so like vaguely icky by them that you don't want to be friends with them anymore, then I feel like you just need to be I feel like you need to be considerate at that point. I feel like you need to be considerate of the fact that you don't have any concrete feedback to give. And but maybe I'm the minority. Maybe other people don't feel that way. But I feel like a lot of you guys probably would agree with it. I feel like maybe a lot of people would feel like, Evan, it's really cringe to like just like publicly bitch about this and like leak the DMs when this person isn't even like maybe the worst case of it. I don't know. I think that shit was fucking cold though. And I think it just shows that you never cared a lot about the friendship in the first place.